Hello everyone, my name is Tony. Today my topic is disaster management in Korea. My purpose is introduce the history behind the disaster management in Korea, the implementation pattern, policy, organization, challenge, and vulnerability in Korea. First of all, I want to talk about the history and the background of the disaster management in Korea. Korea is an East Asian region that is divided into two separate sovereign states. In normal, we call North Korea and South Korea. I will focus on the South Korea in my presentation. According to the history record of the disaster, there are three types of disaster happen frequently in Korea, such as typhoon, that always come with a secondary disaster, flooding. The frequency is almost once a year. The second disaster is fire, and the last one is yellow sand dust. It happens several times a year, and it has the longest duration. Disaster management will focus on these three disasters. Now let's talk about the development of the disaster management. In 1950, Korea separated into two states. Because of the political reason and the threat and the war, the original disaster was established in 1975 with the Civil Defense Basic Act established. The purpose was protect people's life and property and the threat of the war. Several years later, the government changed their emphasis on nature disaster and man-made disaster that come with the Nature Disaster Countermeasure Act and the Emergency Management Act, both in 1995. The trigger is the annual typhoon with the flooding and the serious fire case in 1945. Both flooding and the fire causes $1 billion property damage and hundreds of people died in the disaster. In 2004, the disaster management steps into a new field, and the modern disaster management was set up. We call it the National Emergency Management Agency, that comes with the Emergency and Safety Management Basic Act. Now let's introduce the organization in Korea. The implementation in Korea is like the model in United States. Korea is the top-down model. The highest model is central government. It's like the federal level in US. The middle level is the privacy government. It's like the state level in US. The lower level is the logical level. In addition, the community organization is the unique in Korea, cause there is no volunteer organization to serve emergency management in Korea. The last point I want to talk about is the challenge and the vulnerability of the disaster management in Korea. The biggest issue in Korea is lack of awareness in both public and the government. Not only the government, but also the public pay more attention on the result of the disaster and how to recovery. For example, people and the government have treated flooding as an unique activity. However, they forget the preparedness and the mitigation phase of the disaster management. Therefore, improve the awareness of the public and the government will be a very important case today. Furthermore, the real challenge Korea faces today is how to manage the disaster comprehensively and how cooperate between the emergency management with specialties such as medical science, physiology, psychology, public administration, law, military, and science.